Welcome back to Prison Architect. I am your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. We've got capacity issues right now. They're going to be installing some beds here shortly that will fix these padded cells. Wait, I don't want that. That'll get us to where we're covered for additional criminally insane for a while. The problem, though, is that we are now over capacity on our minimum security. We have room for 82, and I only have room for 82, but we have 91. Now, there are 12 up for parole, so let's hope that a bunch of them get released so that we don't have to use the holding cell for any extended period of time. So that's going to be key moving forward here in the very near future. And then we turned off intake to help remedy that problem here in the short term. So no rush to get these beds because we don't have inmates for them yet anyway. Let's look for notebook pages real quick. I don't see any. Sometimes they're like in, the rooms or whatever. Or sometimes like it's a notebook page or it's like a Polaroid, I guess, that sometimes you find. I feel like maybe. I can't remember. What? What's going on here, King? Extremely volatile. Wait, he's extremely strong, volatile, and quick. Paul King. See, this is where, like, eventually we're going to have another facility over here. Like, you do something like that, I'm going to set the rules to increase your security level, and you're going to just get moved. Plain and simple. And you're going to go somewhere where you might not like it quite as much. I don't know. But I want those people separated. Like, I want to look over at one side and just see everything all peaceful and serene. The other side can be chaos. We'll deal with that. Okay, so we got some prisoners released there, or at least one. So we're now down to 88 versus 82. But it's 3:20. Like, I need... Oh, no. We need some guys to do parole hearings. I feel like they usually do them in the morning. So that's no bueno. Not a huge deal, though. Oh, I forgot to do something here. We're going to take the guard out of the classroom because they make the inmates nervous to where they're less likely to pass those classes or whatever. So we'll see if we can fix that problem. We did fix our meals as well, right? Medium high, 2 square meals a day. I love it. All right. So we're doing okay now. Let's try and avoid those big crises, though. Look at all the people sitting down in the yard. I don't feel like I used to get that kind of activity out there. Why is there a prisoner just chilling out there? He needs to be escorted back. Like, was he trying to escape? Destruction. Did he just destroy a tree? What did he do? Okay. Whatever. Alright, how are we doing now? Still, okay, 87 in minimum security, and one of them moved to criminally insane. That's alright, because we have room for that. Now, solitary is maybe starting to become a little bit of an issue. Because we got a bunch of guys in solitary, dang. Like, do I need a lot of padded solitary? I don't feel like I should. I've got 4 and none of them are in use. So let's just leave that the way it is. Although, no, I don't want that because here's the issue there. Let's go to rooms, padded solitary, and go like this. Because then I can go like this. Boom, boom. Now, do I have an orderly stationed in there? I do not. And I need one because that's the kind of people that are in there. Now I need probably, that's 3 orderlies plus 2 to be on break. Do I have one assigned to the infirmary? No. I don't really need one assigned to the infirmary, so I think we're okay with 5. 2 on break, 3 working. But let's look, though, at, like, our guards are staying put, thankfully. I don't know why that happened last time. We've got a canine in there, but do I need more canines? Looks like I have... How many do I have? Let's go to staff. Armed guards, 6 of 19. I have room for one more canine. Let's go ahead and just get one. And now, I want to look at deployment. I've got one up here, one in there, and then for patrols, we have one out there, one there, and one there, and one there. I think with 10, that should be enough. All right, let's let it go. 5 in solitary, 3 in lockdown, bunch of visitors. We got a prisoner due for release. So we're doing okay here. We're going to have some people go into the holding cell overnight. So let's see if we can't put some beds in there. Forgot about those. And let's actually make them comfy beds. Comfy bed. I wish they had comfy bunks. That'd be cool. We'll put 4 in there. Let's try and get him in there before everybody goes to sleep. See, like, he's in the holding cell. We got a couple guys going into the holding cells. And then immediately coming out of there. Like, what? They were only in there for like 2 seconds. Weird. Maybe it's because it was like work/free time. And they weren't going to go do anything, so they have to go back to their room. Or what? I don't know. So, alright. We are now getting close to where this capacity issue is kind of behind us, which is awesome. Now, that means at this point we're sort of just monitoring the situation. We are going to do a tunnel search every single night at bedtime. Like, as soon as they go to sleep, we're going to look for tunnels. It's not ideal, but we're going to do it. And then, like, every couple of days, we're also going to do shakedowns. Right now, I think things are going okay. So, we're in monitorization mode. And so, I am going to tell another story. Another one went insane. Dang, that is filling up fast. Now, does that help me here? Let me look at daily cash flow. Like, prisoner grant, we're getting 1,300. I don't know. Can I break this number down and see how, like, are we getting paid the wage, like a different wage because of the fact that we've got criminally insane inmates actually here? Or does that number stay stagnant based on what you were getting paid for them when they arrived? So what I mean by that is, like, on intake here, we get more money for the criminally insane, and I'm wondering if we also get more money when, like, per day that they are there. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. So let's tell a story. Okay, we're going to go with the water balloon story. So I went to a small college called Maryville, to pronounce it how it reads, but around here, people either call it Maryville or Merville. So anyway, Maryville College, small little Division III liberal arts school, and not a lot to do. So we found ways to stay occupied in our free time, and one of the things that we did when I guess I was a junior maybe, we got a water balloon launcher. And so we're messing around with the water balloon launcher. We're, shooting water balloons straight up into the air and then trying to catch them. We're launching oranges. We decided to launch eggs up into the sky and made a game out of trying to like catch the eggs. And I was so good at aiming that. Wait, why is it increasing? Okay, now it's going back. Anyway, I was so good at aiming that thing that like if there were people hanging out in the courtyard in front of our dorm, I would kind of like look like I was going to shoot it straight up and then tweak the aim a little bit to get it to like make them scatter. All right, we're down to now just one person in minimum security that doesn't have a cell or dorm. So that's not bad. They can hang out in the holding cell. They got a comfy bed in there. It's all good. Man, I wish there were comfy bunks. That would be sweet. Anyway, so we're doing all this stuff with water balloons and launchers and whatnot, and then we get this brilliant idea one day to make a bunch of water balloons and go around campus throwing them at people. So we made, I don't know, if I had to put a number to it, I would say we made at least 500 water balloons, maybe 1,000. We had a Gatorade jug full of water balloons. We filled up the toolbox in my buddy's pickup, like the big, stainless steel. We filled one of those with water balloons. We had a bathtub that had a bunch of water balloons in it. So anyway, we had a lot of water balloons. And we go around campus throwing water balloons at people. Now, these are a bunch of guys that all played baseball, so you'd think we would have decent aim. But believe it or not, throwing water balloons at people from a moving truck is a little bit difficult. So, anyway, we make like 10 trips around campus throwing water balloons at people. It's all harmless. Anyway, we don't hit anybody. And we threw it I mean, there's not a ton of people out and about, but the ones that were, we threw water balloons at. We missed them all. And we're just laughing, having a good old time. No harm, no foul. So we come around a corner, and there's a guy jogging. Are we fixed here? We are fixed here. So now, let's say total prisoner. Actually, let's leave it closed for now. We're going to have more people go insane. When this gets like way lower, then maybe we do it. But for now, I'm going to leave it. I have capacity for, several more criminally insane. But I don't want to push this. We're already close to capacity. Let's just, you know what? We're at 95. If I say total prisoners 97, we'll get 2. They'll be, minimum security, and that'll get us back to the maximum. So let's do that. Anyway, we come around a curve, and there's a guy out jogging. And he's jogging away from us, like with his back to us. As we're driving, he's got his back to us. So he's going the same direction we are. But obviously, we're moving a little bit faster because we're in a truck. He's on foot. So we're like, okay, this is perfect because it's like he's making it easier because even though he's moving the same direction we are. So it's like he's moving slow, like in our eyes. It's easier than trying to hit a stationary target when we're moving. Basically, you get the idea. So we uncork a bunch of water balloons, throwing them at this guy. And the first one hits him like right here. Boom. And he staggers forward. And then he gets hit with like 6 to 7 more water balloons. It was like water balloon freaking apocalypse on this guy. It was incredible. He almost went down because it was just like, it was like watching Bonnie and Clyde, except with water balloons. So We are dying laughing because he's behind us like, yeah, you run, kids. And so we're laughing and we're going around like making the next lap thinking, okay, we better not like pass him again because he's going to be looking for us. So we decide, like, let's just loop back around and go back to the room. Well, as we are doing that, we can see across campus the security guy flying back towards the scene of the crime. So we're like, oh man, we got to hustle. So my buddy who was driving drops us off like behind our dorm. We run in and we're just sitting there. Actually, I think this was my sophomore year now I think about where we ended up going. But anyway, we rush back to their room and he goes and like takes his truck and just leaves campus. Like he's gone so that they can't come over and be like, that's the truck. So security shows up like 2 minutes later. This guy, he probably saw us doing laps already and realized like, oh, it's those idiots, and they finally hit someone. So anyway, like look there, they got the SIGs there. So contraband, it says there's a bunch. Oh wait, we need to be doing a tunnel search. So anyway, security guard shows up like 2 minutes later. And it's like, hey guys, you didn't happen to be like out throwing water balloons at people, were you? And we're like, no, no, not throwing water balloons at anybody. And he's like, well, and he takes one look and sees the Gatorade jug filled with water balloons. He sees the water balloon launcher sitting on the ground. He sees several more bags of unfilled up water balloons, and if he would have walked in and seen the bathroom, he would have seen a bathtub full of water balloons. And he's like, well, like, what's all this then? And we're like, oh, well, we were thinking about, going and using the water balloon launcher to launch some water balloons. We were thinking about it. And at this point, he's like, come on, guys, I know it was you. Like, can we just get past that part and move on to what we do next? And we're like, yeah, it was us. So the next day, we find out in a meeting with our baseball coach and the head of student discipline or whatever. I can't remember what his title was. The head of that guy and the security dude were in a meeting, and come to find out that the person that we ended up hitting, after missing everyone else, the one guy that we actually hit just so happens to be an alumni of the school who still lives in the area, owns a chain of department stores, and obviously, as the owner of a chain of department stores, is pretty well off and donates like $1 million a year to the school. So, needless to say, we were in trouble. So, the good news is our coach lobbied for, instead of like disciplinary action by the school, he said, don't worry, I got this. Like, they will not be throwing water balloons at anybody ever again. And he was kind of right. So we ran a lot. Like, I have never officially run a marathon, but I'll bet you that day I got close. We all got close, and there were like 6 of us. We all got like near death from fatigue. We ran and like threw up from running and then ran more. It was like, if you ever saw, there was a there was like a movie. I don't know if it was ESPN did a movie or whatever. It was about Texas A&M back in the day when I think Bear Bryant um, was the coach. Was it Texas A&M? I mean, I know Bear Bryant coached at Alabama, but anyway, there was, the team was just run to death. Like they were cramping up and passing out and having heat strokes back in the day, and he's just like, just keep on running. They don't need water. Water's for the weak. Like that was us that day. And so we had a rough go of it that day. All right, so now I've got 3, it says 3 minimum security, but I have capacity for 5. So we'll go ahead and we'll do 4. Get to where we've got 4 coming. That leaves 1 for wiggle room in case somebody, goes insane. Every time someone goes insane, we need to start closing that gap a little bit. So anyway, we ran a ton. There was a brief period in time where I just kind of wished that I would actually pass out so that it would be over. Uh-oh. We'll pause it here and see what he's got to say. Board has decided, no! Cost-saving measures. Do not be diet. No! This one stinks. Because I've had this happen and it glitched out and wouldn't let me do it. So reduce meal quantity and meal variation policies to low and see what effect this has on budgets. So change meal quantity and variation. So if I go into policy, quantity, low, variety, low. If I do that, this should get crossed out, but it doesn't. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go here and say save prison. And we're going to say Folsom 2 and save it. Because if this is a glitch, what I can do is, well, no, this doesn't really help me too much. That autosave is the one that I was thinking about. I might have to revert back to this one, but we'll save it at this point at least. I don't really know if this is going to matter, but we're going to do it. Like you can see, I've got both. Wait, I have that on none, not low. Does that solve this? See, like I should still be able to have the 2 meals a day. Reduce meal quantity and variation to low. I've done that. He's going to call me in a few hours and say, since you didn't do it, we're going to fine you. And that's BS. Like, cross it out. See, it should have crossed that out right there, but it didn't. Something is off with this plan, and I don't know how to fix it. So if he calls me shortly and tells me that we haven't done this, so they're going to fine me, we're going to have to just go back, open up the save file from regular Folsom. We'll delete Folsom 2 in the process, and we're going to have to start this run over and just get back to that point, and hopefully he doesn't give me that challenge again, because those are kind of random. Dang it. This is going to be frustrating because I'm pretty sure it's what I just did is not going to work. So, yep, there it is. Since you decided not to, that's garbage. So, go here, delete that, because it's useless to me, and reload this one. Dang it, guys. And then there were some changes that we made here. We got to do those. So, first of all, rooms, padded solitary, right? And then deployment, insane, there. And then assign orderly, no, there. And I have 5 of them, right? So I think we're good on that front. I need to hire another dog handler. And I need to undeploy a guard from the classroom. I think that's it. Right? Pretty sure that gets us what we want. Oh, I need a guard in there, too. Forgot that we put another shop over there. Alright. Let's crank it back up. Dang it. God, that's annoying. Wait. Oh, they got to put those beds in there. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and put some comfy beds in here too, huh? Boom, 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 boom. Alright. And then we fixed our intake situation, right? Yep, it's closed for now. So we'll just monitor that, see how it goes. So now you know the story of the time I wished that I were dead for a brief moment in time. Or at least mostly dead. So that they couldn't make me run anymore because I was, like, literally incapable of doing so. We did a drill, I guess you call it a drill, but it's really a punishment. If you've ever seen the movie Mr. Baseball, there's a thing where he had to run around and tap baseball bats together above his head, which you're like, that's kind of silly. What's the, like, it just looks funny. But doing this above your head as you run, your legs are already tired. Then all of a sudden, your shoulders are on absolute fire because they just get fatigued. I mean, just holding your arms above your head without baseball bats, they will get tired much faster than you realize. Then add the 29 ounces from a baseball bat, which doesn't seem like much. It's like a pound and a half, but it's not heavy. It's just awkward. It does, like I said, it's not much, but man, it is brutal doing that. And we had to do that back and forth between the foul poles at our baseball field. I don't know how many times, but I thought I was going to die. I thought my arms were going to fall off. A couple times people dropped the bats. Like they were that tired that it's like, dink, whoops. I think they just did it as a reason to stop. But me, like when I run for sports like that, for like conditioning, I am uber competitive. Like, man, back in the day when we would do like sprints and lines for basketball, I was always first. Every single time I was first. And it's not necessarily, I mean, I probably was the fastest on the team, but that wasn't it. Like, I just wanted it. I was not going to let somebody beat me. It just wasn't going to happen. I wanted to die afterwards, but I was in super good condition back in those days. So, all right. So we're already back into a pretty decent situation there. I need to do a tunnel search. I forgot. Let's just go ahead and do it now. Before they get back to their room would be nice. They're all at work. Guards, find me some tunnels. They did not. We'll do another one tomorrow maybe, and maybe squeeze a shakedown in. It still says there's large amounts of contraband, so I kind of want to get one of those done. Maybe we'll do that. Let's do it tomorrow morning, right after wake up. What's his deal? Injured? Escort him to the infirmary. Oh, never mind. We came and healed him. Good job, guys. So maybe that's a reason that you want an infirmary relatively close to the cells. Like, I really should have one over here somewhere. So this shop may get converted to an infirmary. It's marginally closer than this one, but that could be the difference between life and death. So we'll see. I'm probably not going to mess with it just because I don't want to. But when we build out the other side, this will also be an infirmary. It will not be a second shop. If they want to go to the shop, they just have to go to the shop. This one. Like, there's no really good reason why I need a second shop. And speaking of which, why has nobody ever... It seems like there's never anyone working this one. Like, do I need this out of the way so that they can stand there? And since they can't stand there, they just don't go to work? We'll have to watch that. But we're doing really good on money. We're getting better with our capacity. But that number continues to shrink because we have to convert dorms to cells. So that kind of sucks. But what I am sort of considering for phase 2, this building that would be over here, we go straight across and just duplicate this. What I'm thinking about doing is an all minimum security facility. This one we will continue to slowly convert to insane inmates and maybe have like a block or two for protective custody. Because like if I go here and I go to informants, holy moly, X law enforcement, and a legendary row. You're a problem, dude. He's coming up on halfway though, so maybe what's his character? He's the criminal of the underworld. I want to see reform program. Like, nothing. That's not good. He's in a good mood most of the time, though, so that's cool. Suppressed. That's cool. Yeah, estimated reoffending chance is 2%. So at his halfway point, which is coming up, he's going to be up for parole, and he's going to get out of here. That's awesome. Same thing with this dude. Collie, I guess it is, maybe? Yep. 37%. And he's coming up on the 3/4 mark. So he'll be up. So his parole hearing, he failed. But he did go through drug treatment and alcoholic group therapy, so that's good. And he's been in a good mood. So at least he's not, necessarily causing a lot of problems. But he still has a while to go in terms of his sentence. Let's keep looking here at what else we got. This guy is ex-law enforcement and he's trouble? What's up with that, dude? These guys are just, they're nutcases. So, alright, we really only have this one ex-law enforcement dude to worry about, and he's with a snitch anyway. Like, interesting. But this guy can take care of himself, which could be a bad thing, because like if people find out he's a cop and try and take him out, it's going to get ugly. So, we'll see how that goes. Alright, we're going to do a shakedown here in a second. Everybody wake up. When they go to the yard, we do a shakedown. They're going to get searched, but let them shower first. Actually, let's just go ahead and do it. We got them in their cell. Hopefully we can get it done before they take off to the yard. Nope. Uh-oh. That was a mistake. Open the door. That one looks like it's fine. That one's fine. There. Bottleneck removed. So we're finding some contraband. Danger level is still pretty low. That's what we like to see. Not finding any tunnels, which is kind of annoying. And now we're down to 82 and 82 as far as minimum security and capacity. So that's awesome. We'll just keep an eye on that, because some of them might be getting released for parole. So, we shall see. I'm trying to think of what else we need to do. I really wish I knew how much money I would need to build that second facility. Honestly, what I might do is, I've got my save file. I can just do the clone and then let it run and see how it goes. But to do that, I kind of need to be at least close enough to hear if the CEO calls. So so door control, build servos, yeah. Click on the door anytime, it'll open for 3 seconds. Build timers in your jail. Click on timer, brings up a clock dialog in which you can set the timer activities. What? You can do that? That would be cool. You could have it set to where a door is open certain times of day. That is epic. See, everything that I read about mechanics of this game, there's a lot of stuff that talks about, oh, you can do this or that through micromanaging. I don't see that exactly. Like, I could do a custom sector. Now, there's also stuff like, let me see if I can find, there's supposed to be like a checkpoint. Is it here? Nope. I don't know. There's supposed to be a checkpoint that you can install. And, like, it's not in here, is it? Logic circuit. Let's just kind of look at some of this stuff, because I haven't done much of this. Toggles the availability. Weird. I guess you could do a power switch, and I think how this would work would be like, let's say I just had one extra power source. I could run cable from it to every area of the prison without crossing over. Well, actually, I could hypothetically cross over with the other ones, but basically you could have the switch set up so, like, at the point of origin, I would have it turned off. Okay, so it's got the capability, but it's off, so it's not causing any problems. And then let's say like this power station goes down. I could have, coming off the power station, I could have it off, and then going this way have a power switch, and then going this way have a power switch, and then another one that continues to go this way and have it off. And so basically I could crank this on, turn this on, and leave these two off so that power would go this way and this would be back online. So you could have redundancy by doing that, but that's a lot of work. I don't think it's really that necessary. Now this, a simple circuit box that performs a logical operation based on its inputs and sets its output accordingly. Available operations are and or not, NAND nor or. What? I kind of want to try that, and I'm going to look into that and see what the heck it does. Pressure pad sends a signal to connected objects whenever something is on top of that. That's also interesting. A door timer. Here it is. So this can be used to open doors. So the remote timer, I guess. So you would connect this to your door servos, and then at certain times of day, those doors would just open. So maybe I could do that for the cell blocks. Oh man, would that be sweet. I could have it so that, like, if they're not supposed to be in their room for lockup or sleep, I could just have the door timer set to open all of the jail doors over there. I like it. So we'll maybe work on that. I don't know. Logic bridge takes its incoming signal, bridges it to an electrical cable installed on the same square. That electrical cable will carry the signal to any other logic circuits on the same electrical cable. Can be used to broadcast a common signal. I don't know about that. Why is that necessary? I don't know. Those are interesting, but again, I don't really know. But like, again, supposedly there's a lot of like micromanaging stuff that you can do in order to. We're doing good there, good there. Room quality doesn't matter. Temperature, we still have some rooms that are a little on the chilly side, but nothing that I'm super concerned about. Then intelligence, gang activity. I don't see anything that looks to be an issue there. We already looked at that. Stolen from. So the gymnasium, we are apparently stealing a bunch of drugs from the gymnasium. And from parole, or from visitation, they're stealing pens from parole officers, or maybe from their lawyer, I don't know. So that's no bueno. But how are they, like, where are the 24 hours? Whatever, I'm not super worried about it. But we're gonna have to, I'm gonna look into that door timer situation. In fact, in preparation for that, I'm gonna go ahead and install door servos in all of the cell blocks. Now those need power, correct? Like that one might already be on. Those might be on there because of that thing, but we'll just go like that just in case. Alright, so that'll have the doors installed. Then I'll just basically need to replace these jail doors with remote doors, and then I can set those to open at hours of the day where there are not supposed to be inmates in there, so I don't have a janitor waiting to get in there. I guess we'll put them on the bottom here too. So, boom, 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 and boom. And then, like so. There we go. All right. So that's that. So in the next episode, we will get those remote doors installed. I'll need to connect them down here. What is that noise? So that's weird. I might want to put in another door control system and spread out the load. But I think that'll really help us here. So, wait. We're good to add 2 more inmates. So let's go ahead and do total prisoners. What? 2. I want to bring in 2 to fill back up the minimum security to capacity. Alright, so that's going to do it for this episode. If you have not done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.